it's Lynda Kanase with icrafter, and I just want to share a quick little tutorial on the recipe mini album die set by Lori Whitlock for icrafter. And I want to show an easy way to do some binding on this mini album. Now, it is fairly big, actually, if you could see. What I did was I took my old 2021 calendar from Paper Source. It was the Rifle Paper Company, their calendar, and it had such beautiful paper designs at the top. So I cut out from the calendar itself, I cut out the top parts that had the paper and the month, and I turned them into pages. I glued them on front to back. But what I'm doing is for each month, because these aren't dated, just the front ones, these aren't dated, so I'm going to add little notes of things that were happening during the month. So this will be my 2022 little memory book when I'm done with it. But I want to show an easy way to do some binding. Now this is a 1/4 inch ribbon, and let me just show you a very simple way to do this. I'm taking it from the front to the back in the middle hole, and it is about 28 inches long, I believe. And I'm leaving, what is this, about 6 inches as a tail. And I'm coming up, and I'm going to come up. If you have a really wide darning needle, it could work really well with this. I'm just going to, because it's such a silky ribbon, I'm just going to do it coming up and through it. And I want to make sure it comes up, and then I'm going to go to the side, okay? And then I'm coming up again, and because it's a two-sided ribbon, 2 different colors, I want to keep it on the same color. And I'm going to come in again through the same hole. And this is where having a needle is really handy. But again, like I said, I don't have one, so it's just, I'm just pulling it through. And you can see how that went. And now I'm going to put it again to the back and come up again through the exact same hole. And this is truly where having a kind of a silky ribbon comes in really handy. Another thing you might want to do is a die pick, or I guess a die pick would work. I'm going to push it in from the back, and it is just one of those things where kind of push in gently. We're going to cut off this tail anyway, so I'm going to, like I said, if you have a needle, it would work really easily. Okay, so now so I went to the left first, to the outer part, and then I came back up and went to the top. Now I want to keep it on the darker green side, so I'm going to flip it as I go, and then I'm going to go into the middle hole again. Okay. And you know what would make it even easier? If I just trim that to a nice little point. So pull that ribbon to the side on the left and go in to the back part. Okay, so now you've come down from the top, and now we're on the back side. We're going to come up through the back part of the book into that hole. Okay, so we've come up, and again I'm keeping it the same dark green. And now again we want to go to the side first, and we're just going to do the same thing. We're going to the side, we're going to come up through the same hole, and So now we're going to go down to the bottom of the book and again come up through the same hole. Okay. So now you have it coming out of the front here, and now we're just going to tie it off. I'm going to go behind that part so it's happily holding everything together, and tie it off into a little bow. And you can pull it nice and tight if you wish, and just make it into a pretty bow like that, and add more. You could add more decorations or little bits coming off of it if you wish, but in general, there it is. And just cut off the little extra pieces to shorten it to a decent size. You might want to tie it a second time again because this is kind of a silky kind of ribbon, but and I'm going to do one. I'm actually going to tie it one more time, but this is the easy way to do the whole book. You can see it's just a simple binding, holds it all together, and you just have. I like this because it recycled my old calendar. Oh, and the back just shows a 21 from 2021. So I put a blank sheet in here so I could do something else there, but you can just see it has the different months. And basically when I cut these pages, I cut 6 of them going one direction and 6 going the other direction. So here's the die. So if you could see, I did die cut this way, and then when I wanted to do the back page, I had to flip the die so it cut this direction, and then I just used some liquid adhesive and glued everything together, 2 pages together. And like I said, I'm just writing little notes, and like the number 1 shows January 1st, what happened, 2nd, and I'm not doing every day, it's just when something came up during that month. So I have some space to write, and I'll just add it on as I go. So that is the recipe mini album. And again, it doesn't have to be used just for recipes. Thanks for watching.